Hey there, Silver Tongue Devil here, and in this stream we are going to be back at Fletcher with, well, the bow, apparently. Yes, there we go, that is the crossbow. She wants it so much. You've had your turn, Bo, you've had your turn. So, we're going to be doing, or continuing, Fletcher my way. So last time we played, we got as far as Purgatory 5. I think we completed the pit. That means we've got Anakin to do, which could be the end of us, because I'm not quite as good on the crossbow as I used to be. Also, my rapid-fire tactics on the crossbow don't really gel well with Fletcher, but we're hopeful. So, for those of you just watching or never seen it or don't know what it is or want an idea of how the game works, these are kind of like mutators or additional modes or whatever you want to call them of the main game. In the one that we're looking at, it is called Fletcher. Every arrow drawn is a random special arrow. Every miss deals me 1 damage. So I would take 1 bar of health would be lost if I missed. Scarce health drops only after pits, bosses, and there are no shops. So there's no drops, there's no things that you get from enemies, only after the pits, only after the bosses. It used to be scarce health drops. It's now actually quite plentiful. They should really change this. Teleport arrows can't damage enemies. Usually they can, but they can't score. But teleport arrows do indeed not kill enemies. However, you can hit them with them still, but it doesn't do any damage. And as always, no achievement progression. Super bright. Why must you turn Sanctuary into a house of lies? You can achieve progression through Fletcher. It is a fantastic way when you have the various special arrows in the game unlocked. It is a great way to just punch up your numbers as far as increasing the damage and their various capabilities and eventually leading to those upgrades. So, oh, that was dangerous. I almost said without further ado. I hate that phrase. Let's go! So, as far as your trigger, yeah, I know you said didn't you say about that the other week? I know you said you'd hurt your finger. I didn't know you broke it. Or is this another recent development? Have you been punching walls again, Mr. Collins? But, as I said, it is fairly easy to take apart. And if you go onto Amazon, you'll probably find people who have 3D printed kits. So I will take some time to do this. Good evening, Mr. Vega. I will take a little time. Yeah, no worries, dude. Thank you very much for bobbing in, mate. So I will cover this just quickly because it is quite worthwhile knowing. The stick drift problem that everybody has from time to time can be temporarily solved, and it's only ever going to be temporarily by using electrical contact cleaner and spraying it in there. Pulling the faceplate off of the control pad, spraying it deeper into it and working it around can keep it going even longer. But when it starts happening, you are on a slippery slope. It is worth replacing. It is covered under manufacturer's warranty. You are able, if it is outside of manufacturer's warranty, you are able to go onto Amazon and you can purchase kits that have everything that you need in them. The parts, the various bits and pieces, the screwdrivers, the things to pry it open. And then you want to go and see a friend of mine. I am a Rainbow. Look for him online. He has some excellent tutorials on how to take the controllers apart down to like the circuitry board level. He's probably even done some soldering guides and bits and pieces as well. So, and it's not as difficult as you would think. As I said, I'm just a dad. I just fix toys. That's my level of expertise in electronics. You know, I'm terrible with taking computers apart. So I make other people do it for me. So as far as the trigger side of things is concerned, I would imagine there are other little packs that you can get that will have everything in them that you need. Hello, Sean. Happy belated birthday, sir. Apologies, I missed it. We were away. Right, let's cycle some arrows and see if we can get something good. Now, you boys will be great for cycling arrows on. That is not a good arrow to cycle on. Volley 3. Yeah, volley 3 could do it. Let's see. Yeah, no, free healthcare is a good thing, definitely. But yeah, let me just hang on, because I was chatting whilst you put that up. Good. Yeah, no, free healthcare is a good thing. Free healthcare is a good thing. We have free healthcare over here. It's just, well, it's not terrible, but it's definitely gets stick. Can we even get up there? Oh, look at that for a shot. Let's go over the top. I don't think I've seen the pit yet, but we'll have a check back. Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't want any of that. Nope, not there. And away. Ooh. So, you'll see that I'm not killing anything. And the reason being is the way that I play this mode is like this. In a manner where I am just interested in high priority, high point value targets. And the reason being is because it is so much easier, in my opinion. The only time we are going to really kill enemies is if we have to, or we are trying to get that perfect arrow. And normally the perfect arrows are things like volleys. The volley arrows are probably best. The multi-shot divine sight variants are also very good, because if you miss with those, it doesn't matter. We're then going to jump in, kill the orphan. That's 25,000 points in the normal levels and is worth 63,500 points in the pits. So huge scoring opportunities. And what is it doing for us? It is cutting down massively on the amount of shots that we have to take. Ergo, it's also cutting down massively on the amount of shots that we can miss. Yeah. There are enemies that we are going to have to deal with, like those ones that are alerted and are going to be troublesome in our area of operations. Like, for instance, this fella. We are probably going to be going up here, because this is the only place on this map that we can find the pit. Oh, it's doing so well. Yes, you are going to have radius streams. And yeah, as you were saying, Journey, it's learning to repair the controllers is basically what I did. And yeah, it's very much a money saver when those control pads are costing, what, 70 quid a pop, or probably like $100? Uh-oh. Good. That's all of them dead. The reason why we jumped away from that is because it was getting a little bit hairy with those guys in the back row there. Oh, is it not? 2 seconds. Hold up. All the things. Oh, uh-oh, 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 uh-oh. 2 seconds. Thank you, chat. It's always something, isn't there? I forgot to ask. I always ask. I forgot to ask. There we go. Let there be game sounds. Well, that should be. What's that? Yeah, there we go. Right. Cheers, chat. Right. On. So, we are... Oh, it's only a little bit. Is it... It's okay. It should be sorted now. So, as far as the chat side of things is concerned, do press... It should be pretty bang on, or reasonably bang on, because by the time it appears on screen, it comes up on my little speech chat thing sooner than that. So do make sure that the little live button in the left-hand corner of the screen, bottom left-hand corner-ish, has got the little red light on it. And if you also press on it, if it doesn't, it will bring you up to live. So, top tips. Top tips for your viewing pleasure. Right, let's not make a hash of this pit, shall we? Skeleton archers. Fucking brilliant. Is there not? Oh, hang on a second. This is probably a really bad time to sort it out. Right, well, bear with me then. Let me, Is that same on everybody else's end? You can't hear the game? Should be sorted. Oh, good. Cool. Yeah, might have only... Are they really low? I did have to turn things down a little bit the other day. I'll sort it out. I'll sort the volume out in... Ow! I'll sort the volume out in just a minute. Right, let's deal with what we've got coming in. Okay, cool. Yeah, I do have to put my voice up a little bit over the game sounds. Would you believe? Because In Death Unchained has a tendency to overpower even the mighty voice of me. Oh. Ooh, that was a toe hit, that one. That'd be alright. It got corrected soon enough. I think it'd be fine. Okay. Let me get these floating fat men dealt with. No, we don't need to hit him with that one because we might miss. We've already done enough of that. Let's get you sorted. And you guys. So for the observant amongst you, you will have seen I hit... Well, this is why I put them down, to be fair. So for the observant amongst you, you will see that I missed that Cupid shot. It actually hit the ground. And as I always like to say, because it is not said anywhere within the game that anything that is classed as a homing arrow, so Divine Sight and Cupid Wrath, all variants, do not count against you if you miss. Because they used to when... Oh, that's nice too. Oh. Did they just crash into each other? Uh-oh. Oh well, at least you can't run. As in teleport. She can always run. Now, we do want to avoid misses. We don't mind. At this stage of the game now, hits will cost us. Taking a lava bath is fine, but hits, they'll cost us. And we'll use that as a bit of cover. Lovely. Okay, I see what you're doing up there. These are some very well-timed bounces, I might add. Right, let's deal with those ghosts first. Okay, let's deal with you first. Attention seeker. Deal with the ghosts before I forget about them, because poor memory. There we go. Right. I've moved around a little bit in my play space. Bear with. And there we go. Right, so we got the orphan with the minimum of fuss. And no, I don't know when the season ends myself. The one thing we can kind of take from what's been going on with Super Bright recently is that I believe with how that it is now labelled, seasons are going to be much longer now. It's firing arrows at me! It's you, isn't it? Alright. So one of the things that you'll see as well is I'm able to take the game reasonably casually. And part of the reason, getting annoyed with this guy, part of the reason is because of our hideous abuse of the slow time button. As it should be. If you are not abusing the slow time button, you are playing IDU wrong. Unless, of course, you're playing Purist. And I refer you to my original answer. So, yeah. Ooh, that's well timed. Very nice. And, as promised, as little bit as fucking about in the pit as possible. We are in the pit to get the orphan. That's number one priority. The one thing that you will find with pits is they are worth a lot of points, but the massive amount of points is from the orphan in this mode. At very high cycles, it's actually the incubi that are worth the points, but you have to get some very long distance headshots on them at high cycles. I think they're the enemy that can probably have the most amount of life and definitely have the easiest headshots. Orphans. No, orphans definitely don't take more. So we go in, we kill the orphan in the level. We go into the pit. We kill the orphan in the pit. We then only have to kill anywhere between about 88 and 92% of the enemies within the pit, and the exit will appear. We grab the health, we leave. Another thing to note as well is when you've killed about 88 to 92% of the pit, you've killed a lot of the enemies that are actually worth points by that time anyway. You should be going for knights and archers. Ghosts you can outrun and outmaneuver, but it's archers that'll get you, or skeleton warriors teleport jump striking at you that'll get you. And ghosts are actually not worth that much points because you can't get headshots on them. You can only get body shots on them, so you don't really get any points out of them. You get handful of gold. Even at the high cycles, you don't get that much for them. You get a handful of gold, a little bit of an executioner bonus if you're killing them very, very quickly within each other, and a small cycle bonus. But that's about it. So that's why we go in, kill everything until we're allowed to leave, and as soon as we're allowed to leave, we get out of there. Another reason for getting out of there as quickly as possible as well, it's because there's a lot of tough enemies down there. There's a lot of tough shots. The whole point of what we're doing here is we're trying to preserve our life as much as possible whilst killing the high value targets. You'll also note that a lot of the time I might not even bother going for headshots because just after kills. Now, what am I doing here? I am cycling for the perfect arrow for old Annie Bobs on our opening salvo on him. And I haven't quite decided what that arrow is yet. No, it's not volley 5. It's probably divine sight. Keep it would do the job. Basically what I want is something Hand of God. No, Hand of God is not going to do it either. It's basically something where we can get a hit on him and do enough damage and also not have to worry about missing, because at the distance that I'm going to have to shoot at him, I do not want to miss. You know what? That'll do. 3 separate opportunities to miss right here. I want to check something just quickly. No, it hasn't dropped down. Right, there we go. Okay. Quick slurp of water. Let's get Anakin 5 out of the way. So the crossbow I haven't had a massive amount of experience on with doing this new little stratagem of mine for dealing with old Annie Bobs. So, and yeah, I think we can afford to get a bit closer. I don't want to miss this shot. Oof, right in the Canugan. Right. And what we've done here, that Winter's Bite should proc off the first 2 waves of archers. Lovely. Lovely. Which we want to deal with as quickly as possible. Excellent. Now it's on to the main event. One of the things to note... how are we going to do this? I think we might have to go. Damn. Damn. Okay, that's going to alert the knights. Time to go. See that I'm actually spending quite a bit of time checking what arrows come in next. Can't turn too much. Because we don't want... Ooh. that shot off in time. Cheating. Oop. Bit risky that one was. But not too bad. We do possess one of the things you got to remember, especially with the crossbow as well. We do possess a hell of a lot. Hello, Beanie. We do possess a hell of a lot of firepower in Fletcher. Right, so Beanie, I've decided with LG's recent efforts of topping my scores on the leaderboards with my own bloody tactics, you're allowed to stay until I've picked up these blood of the lambs, then you must leave so that you don't know my secret sauce and secret stratagems. Oh dear. I guarantee you, if you haven't played Fletcher this way, I think you'll fucking love it. Because I know you like the risk-reward stuff just like me. And because, again, I'd like to, as I've already said at the start of the stream, I have to put fucking work in to get good at this game. Whereas you just come in and just be Beanie, don't you? So it's nice to see my strategies used at levels probably higher than what I can play them at to see that they work even further. Uh-oh, that's a bad miss. Oof, that was lucky. Can we make that one? Hello. Sugar. This way then. Go nice and high. Oh, Zach. Forgot that that's up. Can we get up to that one? Yes. And then we go over there. Another thing to note, but don't do it when you go in for the orphan. You can hold the shield out whilst you teleport and whilst you load a teleport arrow. It's actually a nice little tactic. Oh, it can. It can. It's just nice to see people more capable and taking it to higher levels than what I have, I'd say, time for, but it's probably not time at this point. Where are you? You're down there. This be a nice surprise for you down the bell tower. Oh, where's she gone? I thought she was down there. See that? There? Oh, I know where she is then in that case, if she's not in any of those bits. Maybe in this bit? Okay, we're getting to the point where we're running out of options now. Although I don't want to kill enemies here, I just want to kill the orphan, and I was holding that arrow for her. We haven't been able to locate her. No, I've just tinkered a little bit with the streaming side of things. Where the bloody hell is she? Is she up there? Hang on, let's go back a second. She sounds like she's over there. It's down here. No. Oh, I know where she is. Yeah, you put that away. And off you. Oh, come on, Divine Sight. Come on, Divine Sight. There we go. Dealt with. Right. Let's get the hell out of here before we lose any more life. God, that was a pain in the ass, that one was. I swear sometimes I've got my headphones on the wrong way around with how the sound sounds to me. Although, well done, Beanie, for eliminating the clumpity clump. Let me just check. I've definitely got my headphones on the right way around. Right, so, orphan down. Life healthy, happy days. I do want to be playing the Pico, if I'm honest, Sean. I got my Pico up and running on virtual desktop today. I finally bought the program because I already have it for Quest, and I was specifically told not to buy games for Pico, but this one was on sale, and I'm getting to the point where I do need it for these streams. Come on. I know the Quest has had an update recently, so I don't know if that did anything. I know the Pico has as well. But anyway, yeah, so we have oh, come on! We have virtual desktop on Pico now, and I tell you what, like, PC VR graphics are all well and good, but they're so much better. So much better on the Pico. Yeah, no worries, Journey. Thank you for joining. Most appreciated, dude. No, well, you say that. I don't like to have my face against the pillar. I like to do a little bit more manipulation than that. I have my shield here because there's been plenty of times, and I've shown it in stream, where because of how I do it, and I know you can do the face to pillar side of things, but I like to have a level of awareness. I don't like to be inside things either, because I've been glitched out of them plenty of times and it's cost me hits, which is why I don't get there because of that. Come on, this way, this way, this way, this way. But that's why I put the shield up, just to cover the gap. Oh, of course, I change sides and I put that there just in case, but it does need to be tight to the pillar. And even when you have your face close into the pillar, I can guarantee you, stray fireballs, they can come round. I've had it happen to me plenty of times. I've lost plenty of runs because of it. Which is why it'll only happen once, Sean. Then you'll start doing it too. As I said, it's just a covering tactic, really. I don't think you need it, but I've had... It's in the past, in previous seasons, I've had plenty of times where, like, a stray fireball comes round there. We've had it happen live on stream when I wasn't doing it. That was very annoying. Don't worry, Sean. Do you know what the difference between you and me is now? It's just hours. Literally just hours now. I think you know enough. Come on. Ugh. But this is the reason why, part of the reason why I do it as well is so that I can keep the white in my vision at all times, so that I don't lose sight of him. Because it's when you start losing sight of him that he can change his patterns. Incursion! It's when you lose sight of him. Yeah, that... Yeah, go on then. Yeah, all right then, Jules. I mean, you know, it's not... You're not wrong there, Jules. It's a very nice shield. Hey, Beanie, what'd you think? Nice, isn't it? I think I'm the only person in the world to have this. But no, I've done this for... Uh-oh, he's gone round. He's gone round the wrong way. That's disastrous. Good job he's almost dead, isn't it? That's because I was pissing around with the shield. I hope you're... Oh, he's going to as well. Uh-oh. Have you? You can't have it, though. You can't. You're not level 10. How very dare you? I feel like you've cheated. What's this? Community manager perks, is it? I bet you do have them all unlocked. I didn't realise you had enough legend points, if I'm honest. It's a very nice shield. That's Jules, mate. If you got everything unlocked, you'll have to show us the bow. And also, if they can cheat to have you unlocking it, I need it as 2. Otherwise, that's not fair, and I may have to stamp my foot in anger. Alright, let's nail it. Nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. Nope. 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 Ugh. Almost had it first time. Almost had it first time. You're not level 10. I know you were just... You've been just behind me recently, but you haven't put as much... You haven't done as much as I've been doing. I know you did a lot on the Siege leaderboards, though. I'm not going to confirm anything. That's down to... I will just refer to him as Jules. Just to save that level of anonymity. Perks of being an employee, 3 legend points. Yeah. Beanie's never gonna retire. He's our overlord of the Facebook group these days, don't you know? Oh, that's a bit of a turn up. Shit. Yeah. Beanie's making a comeback and he's gonna come and terrorize my leaderboards on my Pico headset. Alright, we need to cycle this holy light. Get something good. Ah, he's got you there, Beanie! Yeah, that's not a very good arrow for what we need to do. And the problem that we've got here as well is if we can't end this orphan quickly... If we can't end this orphan quickly... Well, that remains to be seen. I do keep on calling Beanie a has-beanie. I don't think he can play the game anymore. What do you reckon? No, he's on the Pico, mate, so you've got nothing to worry about as it happens. It was terrible. Ah, well, it's only a miss. Misses we don't mind. Ooh, that'll do us. Okay. Let's bite the orphan, shall we? So what we're going to do here is we're going to go in, we're going to dump this into her head. Because it does DPS, it will mean that she can't actually leave the level, and we should be able to get far enough away from her. Oh, she's dead anyway. Yeah. There you go. A man of pure heritage. Right, so that's our orphan done. What we could have done there, but we got the KO damage. If we are going to bite the orphan, we didn't actually have to. With the crossbow, you don't have to be... Sean, he's playing on the Pico. So the only person that needs to worry about Beanie is me. He's not going to be playing on the quest. He's going to be playing on the Pico because like me, he has identified that it is very low-hanging fruit on the old Pico. And so again, like me, he isn't going to have to put a lot of work in. He ease his way back. Isn't that right, Beanie? We were actually chatting about this in the car as well. And it's as much to do with the factor as well that people on Pico don't know who to turn to as far as tutorials and various bits and pieces are concerned. There it is. Rick Bess is on it. Again, though, he hasn't got a lot of time to play. So we've identified where the portal is. We're going to clear a little safe space because there's going to be lots of enemies coming down here. I'm only going to risk headshots if it's a very easy shot. I don't want to be giving away life. That should be everything. We'll give it a second. I can't hear the pitter-patter. No worries, Jules. Thank you very much for joining us, Matt. Most appreciated. Not yet. It doesn't... It's not that you can't beat us, it's that you can't beat us yet. Oh, for fuck's sake. I mean, look, you don't miss like that, do you? Good. Probably should deal with him. Definitely, that's where we used to be. That wasn't a very good arrow for that. This is terrible arrow. Yeah, definitely, mate. As I was saying, me and Beans were talking about it on the car when we went and did our Pico thing. And how it'll be just like old times. Well, that was a good shot. I mean, it's not very far. I'm not used to hitting those. Right. Lovely. Well, I don't know. When the old times are showing you everything, you're supposed to outdo the old times. He just needs a bit more time. $32 hours? No. That seems a little bit far-fetched, Mr. Collins. I'm pretty sure I've done it in less than that, not even trying to do it fast. Quite sure, in fact. In fact, the profile that's on the Pico at the moment that's a completed version is 29, I think. Life does happen, doesn't it? Life comes first, unfortunately. We can't stay in the virtual world forever. Yet. Hopefully it's on the way. No, stay there. And done. Oh, good. Just the man. Now, Beanie, I don't... I can only assume that things like this are intended. So, yeah, that's... But, yeah, might want to report that one up. That's actually a first. Are you going to stay still so I can hit you in the face? And timing. Oh, he had a bit of a problem with his arm there. Right, on. We saw no glitches, no nothing. Yeah, I've never seen them in there before. Yeah. The vast majority of mine is pissing about. I need the... It's an easy headshot, mate. I'm sorry. Glitchy Gary's got to go. Glitchy Gary's got to go. Glitchy Gary's got to go. Right, let's get these guys. No, that's those ones. Matey boy is up. Can I get him? Oh, hang on. I swear he was just alive. Well, that's probably because of how you've been playing the game. I was chatting to somebody the other day about this. Corey messaged me and was basically saying that he had the exact same problem, but the other way around. He kept on getting despair when he wanted agony because of obviously the extra points and resources. And all day, mate, you would really like this game, I am sure. It's very challenging. It's a lot of fun. There's that competitive element that we have to it as well. Plus, you know, one of the best. Yeah, that's probably another way to put it. Yeah, if you're not a big fan of free time, it depends on how far you get into it and what you play. I would put this... The thing with Into the Radius is its firearms, and the way that it obviously works, the way that the game can be manipulated is you can deal with pretty much everything with a sniper rifle. The difference with this game is the sheer volume of hits enemies can take. Now, I'm not usually a fan of that in games. I think it's a bit lazy, but it's kind of all they can do. I prefer vast numbers coming at me as opposed to more and more and more. But we take what we can get. There we go. Bosh. And bosh and gone. It takes... It's Dark Souls, basically. Mr. Collins. Let me have another go at your name. I don't like calling you Mr. Collins. It makes you sound old. Rhianith. Rhianith, right? That's how it says it to me. Let me just have a quick check of the spelling. Rhianid. It says Rhianith for some reason. My voice chat, it's pronouncing that double D. It's TH. I have no idea why. But yeah, this is an exceptionally good game. You'll regularly get it on sale as well. So it won't cost the earth, which then makes it better again because you've got a bargain. Everybody loves a bargain. What as a leaderboard name, do you mean? Oh, right. You want me to call you Radius? Oh dear, what a pet name. Might just have to put up with Mr. Collins. Yeah, it says Rhianith or something that sounds like Rhianith. I assume it's Rhianid. Rhianid? Something like that. Or Ryan Yard? Don't know. Yeah, the only thing that we can hope for is that the Quest 3 gives... Oh, that's convenient. The Quest 3 gives Super Bright enough power to make it worth their while doing a brand new version of the game. I mean, there's always going to be another version. Ooh. There's always going to be another version because they will keep on updating it. Yeah. Stuff that nightmares are made of, that is. I'm very much looking forward to the Into the Radius sequel. That's going to be awesome. Beanie, the juicy dangler. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, good arrow. Good arrow. That's right. Think about what you were going to do there. Think about it. Think. That's a good arrow for the next wave because it'll stagger them all nicely. Oh, missed that one. Missed. I think I did. Yeah, there it is. I'd get it. It's a very good game to have in your library if you want to bin some hours off on something. One of the other things that I'll say as well is In Death Unchained now has got to the point where once you've started playing it, and if you enjoy VR archery or VR crossbowing, there is something for everybody. There's the main game version, there's these 3 additional modes that are all very different from the main version, and there's also Siege of Heaven, which is like tower defense, which again isn't for everybody, but there is a high level of competition, well beyond what me and Beanie are capable of. Like, within, 10 minutes of play sort of thing. Oh, it's another miss. That's what we wanted. Ow. Yeah. We have been very much blessed. I can't see them taking anything out that they've already added as far as Radius is concerned. Hey, got him. Volley 3, that'll have to do. Yeah, I can't see them taking any of the weapons out. They actually have the proper names as well, which means that they probably have the licenses to use those firearms because they are named. And so because of that, they're probably going to want to use the same ones. This is some nice free points. Thank you very much. Hellfire. That curse is not good news. But that curse it shouldn't have enough legs. Oh, well, yeah, not all of them are, that's not good. Not all of them are 100% on it accuracy-wise. Nope. Nope. There we go. And fire. Ow. I figured if I didn't turn around, I might not get the hit, but it didn't matter. It was only 2 damage. There we go. Another cycle down. Cycle some arrows? For no reason whatsoever? Why not, eh? FN, yeah, so the FN-17 might be called the FN-17 because they might not have been able to get... They might not have been able to get the SCAR license. But I think it's been known as the FN-17 at some point. But again, there might be politics behind it or something along those lines. Who knows? No, it was at my back, so he technically shouldn't have. It was probably because I was too close to the lip, and so he was actually able to get a lot closer to me than he usually would, because technically I was off the map, I think. But doesn't matter. I assumed I would get hit. We can budget that because of the amount of life we've got left. Right. There's the pit. Let's get over this side. Let's get in that pit. So I bounced all the way over here just to despawn everything. And then I know a shot. You might be right. Not true. I'm not going to show you, but that's not true. Come on, man. You've seen my tutorials. I think it's because of the way the hitbox works in the game. We could use Divine Sight, you know. Whilst the level is well populated. Oh. Heard you coming at the last minute. Yeah, you probably take hits all the time because you are not looking far enough away from them, i.e. they need to be literally 180 behind you, and also a lot of the time you need to be walking, or at least holding forward on the joystick so that you are moving away. I believe it's because of how the hitbox works. I think there is, if you imagine there's like a sheet in front of you, and things that pass through there are registered as hits. It's not like you can be hit all around you. And so some enemies have an easier time of passing their hit through that sheet. But again, it's only a theory. Beanie will probably be able to tell me I'm completely wrong, but it's a working theory. In that it stands to reason and works. Well, you will be obviously very happy, or I would imagine, if we do the Stalker mod, because there's no guarantee of it yet. I've got to make sure that this Stalker mod works. He was more than 10 feet tall, mate. No, this is basically exploiting a limitation of the game. We're not changing anything or doing anything outside of the game. It's just something that can be exploited within the game. But again, it's not reliable enough to want to exploit it. It's good for herding enemies when you need big groups. So, but yeah, as I was saying, Mr. Collins, that the mod that we're looking at is going to be the scavenger mod. And there is a nightmare mode for it. So basically, we don't need the shop and we don't need money. We can find everything that we need out in the radius, including things like body armor, gas masks, and all that good stuff. And basically what it's going to encourage is Oh, yeah, that's... I don't know if that does move his hitbox. Because I think it's still tied to the floor regardless of how tall you are. I think it still comes from the floor level, from about here, about your belly button, and then goes up. So I would imagine if you extend the height, it'll still go up. But if it doesn't, then, you know, it's cheating anyway, whichever way you slice it. Even being higher than what you normally are is cheating because, like, for instance, it puts you aiming normally. It's a lot easier to aim down on enemies that are coming at you and hit them in the head because then you can get round and over shields, or it is an easier shot on their head. Even if you made yourself like 8 or 9 feet tall. So, but yeah, we will. I don't know actually. I never tested it. Never tested it, but yeah, the Stalker mod should be a lot of fun. And as I said, there's a nightmare mode in it where you can massively increase the number of enemies, and we have to live off the land, but the amount of ammunition that you can pick up is good, and you can find boxes. So it should be very good. But as I said, I've got to do some testing with it first and foremost, make sure it'll stream well, make sure that my PC's not going to shit itself when I get too many enemies on screen. I have to test the graphics. Oh, hello. Where did you come from? Kept that quiet, didn't you? Hopefully, this Wednesday is the plan. Oof, that was a lucky shot. Hey, another orphan down. And we go. But yeah, if you have a look online, you'll find other creators have done videos for the mod. And it just looks sublime to me. It looks like exactly everything that I want from Into the Radius now, because you know it's a great game, but there's only so many times you can play the same stuff through again, because you know enemy placements and maps and so on. But this adds more and randomizes, so basically you can start the game, have the Makarov and your 2 clips, and basically have sliders, 3 or 4 of them, in your face straight away. I'm hoping to do it on Wednesday, and we will have 4 quest keys to give away for the lovely game as well. So I would ask that if you haven't got it, only enter if you have got someone to give it to. Please don't enter to sell the key, that's not the point. I'm sure none of you would though. Well, actually, there's one person who rhymes with evil. Who might. Or at least swap it. I know he'd do that. But yeah, scavenger mod should be a lot of fun. Hopefully, providing my PC can handle it. Oh, so you could, like... So with this mod, in the mode that I'm planning on playing it in, you could start the game with your Makarov and exit Vano, go into Permavay. God, it's been a while. Go into Permavay and be bushwhacked by several sliders straight away. And to be fair, that's what I want. I want all enemies to be able to get you at any time, and I want more of them. And I also want to be tested. I want to be tested on different weapons. Save me having to rely on old faithful Oh, fuck off. You weren't dead. Saved me having to rely on old faithful PPSH. Hang on a second. That didn't come through very well. Did you ask me how good my PC is? Didn't quite... Old speech chat lady failed in her duties a little bit there. I didn't quite hear what you said. Time to move. I'll check in a minute. Just a little busy. You, is it? Oh, how do you get it? Hang on. What I will do is I'll put links and instructions in the stream when I get it up and running. Because, you know, obviously I want other people to experience the glory as well. First off, you will need to have the Steam version of it. It is PC VR only. I don't even think you can make use of the Oculus Rift version that you actually get for free when you buy Into the Radius on the Quest, and vice versa if you get the Rift version. I think you have to have Steam to be able to modify it. You need to go onto a site called, I think it's like Nexus Mod or something along those lines, and then if you type in Stalker Mod, you should find it there. The way that and you do have to create an account to be able to do it, but you know, when it asks you for money, just say no thank you, I'll have the free version. Just means that you download a bit slower. Okay. Yeah, no, you can't. It's one of the things, because obviously with the work that I'm doing for, because it is kind of work, with what I'm doing for CM Games, I have spoken with one of the like lead head developer type dudes, and I have said, like, because he's asked me, he said, like, you know, what would you like to see in Into the Radius in the future? And I think I'm probably the only person that hasn't said cooperative or multiplayer. I don't think it needs it, just like this doesn't. But, you know, it'd be nice, but it's not needed. What I've asked for is more levels, more enemies, and more numerous enemies in higher difficulty settings. And if they can't do all of those things, just either adopt the scavenger mod or make it so that we can have mods in game. But from what I can gather, mods in the Quest version will probably never happen. I don't think it's feasible. But then, you know, I'm not a dev, so I don't know. I don't know what the limitations are. But yeah, I have said, you know, because I know other games can mod as well, but again, it might be one of those things where the way that they've done the game and the way that they've put the game together, they are absolutely pushing the envelope on what they are capable of doing. As far as the Quest is concerned, you know, like it happens with the best games, even in Death Unchained, when we had Fletcher, we had Purist, and it's still too soon, but we did have Runner, and they even had to get rid of one of those to be able to shoehorn the next one in. So, you know, there are capabilities, there are limitations, there are things that stop devs doing what they want to do, because, you know, why take away a mode when you don't have to? So the only thing that we can assume, unless it's these bimbo super bright politics that we were talking about earlier, is that you have to make room within the game or space within the game to be able to do these things. So, and it may be the same thing with Into the Radius. They may be at their limit and at their edge for like number of enemies. The thing that they may have left space for would be guns, more guns, lots of guns. Right. Quick smoke, quick vape. Let's go do Annie 6. Easy, easy. So this is... Oh, actually, no, we've got to go do the orphan yet as well, so we need to do some cycling. So you'll see what I did to get in here is I bounced all around the houses to de-aggro or despawn and de-aggro all of the enemies around the level that I was aggroing as I was searching for the portal. And then you'll see that I can sit here and you can just about make that shot so that you can get in there and into the portal and not have to worry about alerting anything. Yeah, Blade and Sorcery. What? Hang on. Yeah, I know there is a dungeon. Bass is working on a dungeon. Oh, right, okay. There already is some sort of, like, kind of a dungeon level on Blade and Sorcery. I do have Blade and Sorcery on the Pico, so that's something that I wouldn't mind giving a look. Now that Beanie's has got some more time, I'm hoping to get him on a game that I think you'll all enjoy that is called Legendary Tales. And it's basically the Dark and Darker game that we've been playing recently. Just the... Hello, Tim. How we doing? It's just the PvE element, so cooperative. But there is sword play and there is bow work. As far as you're concerned, Mr. Collins, I think you'll like it as well because it is very Blade and Sorcery. But like proper leveling up and proper RPG style and dungeon delving and sword play and bow work and all that lovely stuff. Volley 3 might cut it. Oh no, we don't want to go down there. There's still ghosts down there. Sod that. Oh, you'll do. Yeah, nice shot, asshole. How did you manage that? Dickhead. Right. I wish I could do that. That'd be great, wouldn't it? Accurate to within fucking 100 yards, firing it behind me when I'm pointing it forward. Come on, Super Bright, have a word. So, we might be looking... Yeah, I have seen that. Might be... Oh... Might be looking at bikes here. Because I know where the orphan's going to be. Oh, no. Might be able to do her in one then. Let's go round... Is she down the bottom here? She should be. No? Eh? Have I miscounted? Oh, fuck's sake. Oh, God. Ah, the memory. Yeah, well, that one clearly fucking did, didn't he? What a guy. What a guy. Right. Oh, so it's only a miss. So, yeah, as we remembered, it's section 3. Where the orphan makes her first appearance within Purgatoire. Ooh. Looked out there. She's right here. Hello. Bye-bye. Orphan annihilated. On. We'll do a little bit of cycling. I've just seen him spawn in. He's becoming less and less rare now as well, this one. Can you not tell by my outrageous French accent? I am outrageously British. Why do you think I'm so well spoken? Yes, very. I queue very well, and I also drink a lot of tea. No, wildfire's not going to cut it. Divine Sight times 5 would do the job. It would do part of the job that we're after. I did like to see that LG's still using my tactics to kill Anakin for the most part, but then is using what he does well to adapt on the fly. But even I've seen that he's making use of the fact that when he settles in for the kill, he's not looking anywhere and not paying attention to the archers because he knows he doesn't have to. I showed him there. Right. Let's try and not get my ass handed to me. What are we on score-wise? No, I'm very British, mate. Very British. I live in sunny Cornwall, which is located in the southwest of my... Well, I've recently been up to London. I was going to say beautiful country, but yeah, not so beautiful country. You have that. Kerno indeed. Kerno indeed. Oh, if your knights haven't come, you can have another one. There you go. Might get the next trigger out of you. We didn't, but, you know, we can but hope. Hey. Come then. In you come. Oh, fuck off. How fucking dare you, mate. Right, let's go over here. Plenty far away from that nonsense. And let's see what we can do. Are you hoping to pull off a joke? This is cycle 6, Tim. Cycle 6 all day. Hey, Norb. Uh-oh, that one's going to cost us. Right, that's got him going where we need him. You little shit. Die, thank you very much. Further than we used to have to. That's a bit of a bad idea, actually, isn't it? I need them to spawn over there, but we have just dropped... Oh, no. We've still got room to move backwards if we need to. Let's maneuver ourselves off the pillar a little bit to keep that guy out of our point of view. That guy should just hit Anakim. Ow, that was just, thankfully that was a miss. Oh, look at this one. Look at that. What does that one say on the side of it? STD. Bam! No arrow has my name on it for. I have that arrow. Right. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. There we go. So Anakim on, you can kind of spam down Anakim standard style a lot easier with the crossbow. No, that's all we have. It's all we have. Hello, Indy. Hello, mate. Sorry, I have seen your live streams recently. I've just been slogging trying to get videos, so I haven't been able to join. You've been doing some streams that I actually wanted to see. I was liking the look of that survival VR game that you were showing off, but I only got time to stay for about 5 minutes before I had to crack on with crap. So, definitely up for playing that submarine game with you. I think that'll be a good laugh. Not that one. Hey. So I'm gonna... Sounds like a great combo. The bad kind. The one that you deserve. So, we're gonna get up nice and high. Yorkshire tea. We can probably bite this orphan. I'd rather not have to if I don't have to. It depends on where she is. If she is... Let's see what would be the best way to do this. This would have been a good arrow, but we're going to take this... Oh! A little bit differently. Again, doesn't really matter. We can budget for these atrocious misses. I don't think she's here. That's good news. That's really good news. So now we just need to worry about cycling. And teleport here, please. Oh, just move in. Ah, fuck. Okay, she is here then. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Oh, she's on the move already. Look at this. Bam. And dead. And go. And move. And shoot. And run. Quicker, faster. Duck. And away. And away. Uh-oh. That was almost troublesome. And then we go up here, hopefully. And then... Pachow! Yes! Easy! Next cycle, we're probably not going to be able to one-hit KO her, which is very unfortunate. What did you think of that Crossfire game in the realism mode, Indy? Is it actually any better? I am a sucker for a minigun, but I don't think you can make an entire game out of it. I did manage to watch a bit of that one. I didn't hear enough to gauge your opinion, though. I know you said that they should really lead with the realism mode, or at least have it unlocked from the start, which I do agree with. If the realism mode's better, why put it behind like a lock and key? Right, that should make you a bit easier. Careful of those explosive arrows pushing him away. Got ya. Well, yeah, but you have to unlock it, don't you? That's the bind. Oh, I went under his fucking armpit. That hit your wing. Or does your wing not exist? Probably doesn't exist. Ow. Well, we got a good amount of work done there. That's nice. Why do they all go for his groin? Why is the homing set to Gabriel's groin? I do wonder. Oh, we're going to save that one. Going to save that one. Hello, Kim. Go here. Put that there. That one almost tapped the shield. That's why I put it up. And stop. And shoot. Shoot. That's a bad time to get pestilence. It's a better time to get that. Another Hand of God. That'll keep us going probably to the end. Oh, and another Hand of God. And do his last. Well, we know now. Definitely went under his armpit. Ah. Hey! Is he really dead if he died off screen? Might return in another cycle. Right. Yum. Yum. Wasted. Excellent. And nailed it. It's only when Norb's here that I can get that shot off. Must be. Only Norb. Alright. Quick drink. Kill an orphan. Now, one of the things that we are going to do, which I'll spend a little time explaining, is we're going to save and quit in the hope. So if you've watched so far, you'll have seen that we got despair as our pit. So because we got despair in the last Abyss pit selection, we know 100%, because I haven't left the game, I haven't rested in Sanctuary or saved and quit, we know that this next pit will definitely be Agony. 100%. It's already been pre-selected. It was Despair first, it has to be Agony next, then it goes back to a random roll, so it could give you either or first, but it will always give you the next one next. If we rest in Sanctuary now, we basically turn the game back to rolling for pit, so there is a chance that we could get Despair again. And so what you can do with this knowledge is, if you get Despair, you save and reload. If you get Abyss, you keep playing without leaving your current session, until you get to the next cycle of Abyss. And if that's too much for you to play multiple cycles in a play session, then you play from one Abyss pit to the other, and either complete it if you know it's definitely going to be Despair, or save and then come back to your session before it if you know it's going to be Agony. That's if you, and the other way around if you are playing the main game. You want Despair in Fletcher and in Purist. In Mortal it doesn't matter too much. In the main game you want Agony. I've said before in my videos that Agony equals awesome. It's the better of the two pits. Not for the Orphan, but for the resources that you can get for the level. Because there's 2 extra summoners down there, and they're guaranteed drops of things. Right. I already see somewhere where there could be a pit, which is down there. Volley 5. Perfect starting arrow. For an Orphan, at the very least. So, if the Orphan is around here, it's worth our time to have a quick check. Let's go and have a look. Hopefully. A big look. Down here. No. We're going to go sneak back. Have a look over here. Oh, knees. Yep, that's the pit, all right. And now we're going to stay here. We're going to look that way, and we're going to wait. Boing. This isn't ideal, because these guys will keep coming. And we've got archers to deal with down there, as well as other enemies. Let's try and break on in, get some damage put on said other enemies. Also deal with the ghosts. Depending on the sort of arrows that I get, sometimes I'll push into here. If you can fire a lot of homing arrows into here, whilst you are dealing with the things that are coming up the stairs, then it's worth following that impetus in. Whereas if you get rubbish arrows, you just have to keep on basically pumping what arrows you can into here to deal with what you can. And no, I haven't done the into the light brigade radius thing. No, I haven't done any of it. I've been talking about into the radius too much. I haven't looked at the light brigade yet. However, I have seen it and it is on my to-do list. But me and Beanie have also got other things on our to-do list thanks to Pico. I know we're not allowed to talk about it yet, but there is a I'll be very vague. There is a big rhythm game that they are working on. And yeah, we've got access to it, and it's actually really good. I was playing it before I came on stream. got a little bit carried away and ended up drenched in sweat at like 6 o'clock. I was like, come on now, you bloody streaming in a couple of hours, you idiot. So, unfortunately, on this occasion, we haven't been helped out. We haven't been helped out by the pit. So basically what's happened here is we've randomly selected basically the same pit again. Right, Beanie, can you maybe disappear for like 10-15 minutes? Maybe just turn the stream off for a little bit whilst I deal with this orphan. Because we have a new way now. If it's that orphan, which it is. Yeah, it's always that orphan. Right, let's clear what we can first. It's useful. Beanie is here. Beanie is coming back to play on the Pico with me. On In Death Unchained. Gonna dominate the leaderboard, apparently. Not my fucking watch, he's not. Fucking has been. And does he think he is coming back on my game, my Pico? It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have ourselves a tussle. Right. So, she's down there. Let's bring these up. Now, let's think about it. The logical way for us to go is down the right. And then when we return, we need to hold heavy left. So for those of you wondering what I'm banging on about, this orphan that we're about to deal with in a second is a very troublesome one for most players at higher cycles. Let's see if we can get at least a... it's not going to do it. Ooh, that will. Prefer something... Anyway, very troublesome... enemy at higher cycles, or very troublesome orphan. We're going to try and do what we can to her. You know what? Oh, she's gone the right way for a change. Good. Never mind. You're alright, Beanie. You can stay. Change plan. Now, what we were playing with on the last stream was the concept of rule of 17ing that orphan by just basically going fucking deep into the level and despawning her, and it works. I don't know how advisable a tactic it is, but it's kind of all we have if you want to have another shot at dealing with that orphan. So basically, what you would be looking at doing is when you come up against that orphan, there's two places that she can be. She can be here, or she can be right at the back. And, oh, fucking hell, come on, that hit you. Fucking pass through. She can be, oh, he's already up, good. She can be either here or back there. And the concept that we're playing with now is diving right down into her, putting a shot in, and then binning for that back right-hand corner. But you've got to stay far right so you don't go anywhere near that guy's aura. If you go deep into the level, these guys actually spawn quite a lot of orphans. Quite a lot of abominations. And especially at the higher cycle. And then they trump the spawning or the staying around of the orphan. So you go deep, put too many enemies around you, and then because of the lovely rule of 17, and that there can only be really 17, it can be a bit more than that on this level as it happens, there can only be 17 enemies on screen in your vision. And what that then causes to happen is, because for some reason in these levels the orphan has quite a low spawn prioritization, she despawns. She keeps her life, so she doesn't get her topped back up with life after the arrow that you've just slammed into her. Then you can slowly deal with the enemies at the back there and make yourself another little safe space, safe in the knowledge that the incubi is not going to come to life, because you'd have to kill quite a few enemies before that happens. And clear yourself out another little safe space, and then jump into the orphan and have another go. and then you should be able to get her on the second bite. If you didn't, technically, you could retreat back. So, yeah. Tactics, tactics, tactics. Right, come on, fella. I'm going to have a smoke break. But yeah, don't tell Beanie that one. Because I know he struggles with that orphan just like everybody else does at the stupidly high cycles. Again, still a tactic, strategy, theory, whatever you want to call it, that I'm working on. But, well, it's better than anything else we've got at the moment, so... Oh, come on. I'm smoking! Ha! See, you heard me. Right. You can wait. Time for a drink? Yeah. And go. Almost fucked that up. Press the shield button instead. Fucking idiot. Turn. Yeah, we are going to try and make a point. Had to say it, didn't I? And try and make a point of getting headshots here. Hello, Mr. Fish. Were you here when we were talking about the new little orphan tactic that I may have for dealing with that orphan? I can't remember. I think you were. Or maybe, oh, I was quite deep into the stream, if I remember rightly. You might not have actually seen it. I don't know. Oh, that was terrible. Have to deal with this guy before we go any further forward. Yay. Oh, what game are you playing? Nice. On Guardians, or was it? I do want to play that game. Does look really good. Uh-oh. Yeah, yeah. It's, well, it needs more refinement, obviously, but let's say it is the tactic that we had. I asked Beanie to leave the stream just in case he was still around. I don't want him knowing now. Come on. Oh, okay. Oh, After the Fall. God, I haven't played that for so long. One of the things with After the Fall is I do feel like I have played that to absolute death. And I've played Left 4 Dead to absolute death as well. I don't know, it's games like that where, I know it's a silly thing, but the fact that they put that machine gun fucking zombie in, yeah, nah. Don't put I know how I like my zombies, and I don't want them firing machine guns at me. That's not zombies, is it? They don't have that fine level of motor function. Hell, half of them are probably missing most of their fingers. Bloody machine gun zombies. Yeah, I have played. I have played quite a lot. Again, the thing that pissed me off with that one was the amount of faff. Because when me and John jumped on it before any of you lot, we were the ones that said get it. But yeah, the amount of faffing that we had to do to actually get into a lobby together. And then it was trying to make head and tail of, you know, what level you're playing, what you're supposed to be doing, progressing through the game and the actual story and such. It was a bit of a headache, a lot more than it needed to be. Right. She in there? She's not in there. Hey! Stop it! I'm trying to operate over here. Is she over here? Yeah, probably best for that on you guys. There's an enemy down there. No, I think she might be in the cathedral, unless my poor memory has excelled once again, and we've already killed her. I can't remember. Probably. It's just, well, she's not around here. Let's just jump down there. Hey! My memory's amazing. What are you talking about? Was very worried for a moment there. Only a moment. Cool. On. Let's go and get old Asmo again. And there we go. Oh, Mr. Fish, have you played Into the Radius yet? We will be doing a... For anyone who's just joining us now, we will be doing the next live stream, hopefully, will be a Into the Radius live stream giveaway, which should be on Wednesday. I'm saying should because I haven't sorted it out just yet. But I have 4 copies of the game to give away on the Quest, which also unlocks the Oculus Rift, I suppose, PCVR version, not the Steam version. And I should be able to do that at least 3 streams. So I've got quite a few keys to give away on this occasion. So, and if anybody would like to help me in my endeavours, look out for the shorts that I am posting and do the good stuff on them. For Into the Radius. But I said they do pretty well. So. Right. No. In there. No. So what I'm doing here is I'm cycling for either Cat 3 or Cat 5, because this is how I like to do old Asmo on Fletcher. I like to pop as many of his balls as possible and let these skulls get awfully close, and then we leave. And the reason being is, again, it is down to... No, I'm not actually, Norbert. I'm glad you brought that up. Let me correct you, sir. Actually, we can watch Anakin whilst I'm correcting Norb. So, just finish off what I was saying then. Oh, this spot, second stone, is completely safe. Can't be hit by boulders by Asmo at his first stage if you are stood to the right on this stepping stone, the one before the last one, before the big one. So we use the Cataclysm to destroy all of them because I don't want to have to shoot each boil individually. I don't want to accidentally pop multiple, so I have to work faster and harder because these are all things that do misses. I also don't want the homing arrows to engage the flying skulls because they often miss, but then fly back quick enough that they destroy them from behind when they're right next to you. So it almost like shortens their delay and gets you a lot of damage, I find. And on top of that as well, as I said, we want to be shooting as fewer shots as possible because every time we miss, we lose. And one of the ways to do that is to fire one shot and then just run away. It's when the skulls get near you that they stop and start their explosion timer, providing you have the skull delay achievement on explosion. I think it's exploding head killer 1, 2 and 3. As long as you have it up to top level, the fuse on those and the other skulls is delayed by a massive amount. And as you... Oh, also, every third boulder that he fires here, he has to have a little rest. Because it's quite a lot of cardio picking up and hoofing lava-like boulders. I've tried it, and, you know, I can manage 2, then I have to have a quick breather. So, but he is, you know, older, wiser, more experienced than me in technique. Anyway, so as far as Into the Radius is concerned, what we hope to be doing is playing the Scavenger mod, and I'm going to play it on PC VR. And what the Scavenger mod does is basically make it so that you can find anything into the Radius and that you have to live off the land. It's not self-imposed, it's actually a mod. But also the mod allows me to massively increase the amount of enemies and completely randomize them. So we can have end game enemies fighting us as we leave the base on a fresh account. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, it's the Scavenger mod. I tried to remember what the guy's name was, but I can't. Come to me in a minute. Sub to the guy who made the mod. I subbed to his channel today. Yeah, it should be good. We started just before, I think it was just before we realised that there was going to be bloody tournaments in IDU once more. We started doing something similar or something the same. Ooh. Hit them. Doing something the same, but obviously not as good because we're just enforcing it on ourselves. It's not part of the game. And we were trying to live off the land, but the problem with the game and trying to live off the land is you can't find everything. There's probably only about, I don't know, maybe 50% of the guns and items. Or no, there's 50% of the guns are available. Most of the items are available, but there are specific ones that are very important to your progress that you cannot find in the radius. Like the... Hey, Von. Hey, what was that from? Ow, Von! Is that you? Stumbled in and hit me. Must have been. Oh, it was a miss. Oh, it's okay. You are forgiven. Must have been a miss. We're on cycle 3. That would have pinged me for 3. Maybe I haven't lost any life yet. Maybe. Must have been arrow fired in from Von. Hello, Von. How we doing? Thanks for the arrow. Most appreciated. Keep me on my toes. Woke me up. Our very own ravishing Von is going to be giving away the keys. So, you know, you want to enhance your chances, be really nice to her. We don't work like that on Chess Channel. No way. So, alright, let's get that. Yeah, fucking me. Let's get that. There we are. See what I did there to change positioning of the incubi is put something between me and him and looked away. And where I'm looking is where I want him to teleport, basically. But yeah, so we hope that this scavenger mod should be good. And as I said, the mod, a lot of things have been dialed in for us. So, like for instance, you can pick up the gas mask, body armor, and upgrades for weapons in the radius, which then makes it very cool because, like for instance, you would have to find a weapon, and I think you can find rails to put on them, and then you can put the attachments on. And basically what it's going to do... But they've also upped the amount of ammunition that you find in boxes. So you will often find like half-filled boxes. You can even find the big ammo containers. So it's less of a mod and actually, as the guy said, is more of an overhaul. Which, you know, it's to try and get it playing more like Stalker, which is a game that I played when I was very little. Well, not very little, but I didn't really understand what I was doing. I was small. I was young enough to not really know what was going on that game. So, I don't know. About 25, 30. Alright, let's... No. Yes! And... a Vogue. So one thing you've got to watch out for with doing Hand of God low on Asmo is that although his rocks are slow motion until the point of release. So do be careful. Alright, one there. No. Yep. There we go. There we go. Thank you, Cynthia. Awesome work. I will. I haven't done a battery check, but I will. And let's just pop the old slow motion on. To be fair, it's probably about time I change anyway. Well done, Cynthia. Excellent work. Where is it? There it is. Got one out ready on the side. Lovely. Yeah, it's just my external battery will have been, well, it's just getting to the end of its tether. The actual battery in the headset is still full, so we've got plenty of time. Modern training, not wrong. What are you doing over there? That's a first. Good. Excellent. Right, Hand of God. Hand of God's not a bad arrow for this. And Divine Sight is exactly what we need. That has worked out perfectly. Lads, no. Go around this way. It's so much cooler. Look. Big blue bubble. So much cooler. Go around that way. You'll love it. Okay, we'll come through the bubble then. Hey, come on, come and experience the Hand of God. And ready. 3, 2, 1. There. That's the point where we can start shooting. And that's game. A Divine Sight times 3. A couple of Divine Sights or a Cupid times 3. And then possibly another Divine Sight depending on what the Cupid's Wrath does. It's enough to easily obliterate those horns. The other one that's really good for that as well is Cat 3 or Cat 5. But that does require horizontalness and aim, both of which I don't usually possess because we play the crossbow vertically on this channel. Alright, Purgatory 7, easy. Right, we're gonna have to be a little bit more careful now because we can lose a lot of life. Let's have a... Now, I shouldn't rest in Sanctuary because we just got Agony. If I carried on playing now, I would have definitely got Despair, but I do want to have a quick smoke and check the leaderboards, because I think we've just jumped up one. Yay, third. Right, Zuby, you're next. You got to watch me? You used to watch you. Now you got to watch me. Cool. Right, that's third. If we can tie on a couple more cycles, we should be able to catch Sumi. But again, I don't know if any of those guys are still going. So, they might be. They might just be waiting for me to get within reason. But then the thing is, as I have learned, I don't need much more than top 5 finishes. I don't even need top 5 finishes anymore. Top 10 finishes is enough. But I do need to get them on everything. Tournaments... And to be fair, tournaments I only need to get top 10, but... I reckon it's time you come back and have a look at Asmo. I have faith on. I think you've been listening to me enough. He's not an easy boss. He takes a lot of tries. I remember people... Yeah, Asmo's the tough one. Asmo's the one that gave me the most trouble. Because it wasn't a case... Basically, it's because you can't just spam him. That's the reason why I forgot to check here. And listening. Now, I'm going to say that the ghosts are not there. So the pit is not there. However... I have... yeah, in theory. However, I've been wrong about that one before, so we might have to go back and check on that one if it doesn't show up sooner. Let's have a look over here. So, it used to be able to be on that one, but I don't think it can be anymore because of how they rotated. Mr. Collins headbutting the keyboard again. I assume, anyway. Not there. Ah, fuck. Oh, you... Oh! That was... Oh, that was Ugh. That was terrible behaviour, that was. That was 4 life. Gone. Just gone. Just gone. Oh, there is our pit. We'll go and do that first, because that's worth the most amount of points. Come back for that orphan in a minute. Oh, good! It's immolation. That was not the arrow I thought it was. She's great with throwing bombs. Nice try, Mike. Nice try. Never seen it. And she never shall. Alright, we do need to do this without getting hit. So, easy job, right? Right, if we bounce across to there. A couple of easy kills here, hopefully. Lovely. And then bounce back again. Now we know we've got a pretty good idea where the orphan is as well, I think, now. Don't want to deal with him yet. We want to deal with the incubi. If we look in... Oh. I knew there was one coming. If we look in this sort of direction, it will... Oh. Good job you missed. If we look in this sort of direction... He should teleport there. That was a... Well, not a good example because I wasn't trying to do it, but an example of how the hitbox side of things work within the game. In that the attack that he did, if he'd have done the lunging one, he might have been able to hit me just then, and that would have been, yeah, annoying. Right, let's get rid of you. Draw you out. Now, there's 2 ways that we can do her, and I'm going to do her the clever-ish way. Or do we? At the moment, we know something. We know that if we come back to this point, she will... Yeah, let's try it. If we come back to this point, she will despawn. So let's see. Where is she first off? Fall. Should be down here somewhere. Come on now. Where are you? Nope, she's at the top. That's one. Hasn't killed her. We need to run. Notice how we can hear her teleporting noise, but we can't hear her laughing. And that means that we have made it out in time. In the nick, as it were. And so she is now on a sliver of life, which should make her an easy kill. And what we'll probably end up doing now is killing most of the rest of the level, knowing that even if we do accidentally alert her at some point, it's just going to take literally a love tap on the old orphan, and she'll be dead. Hopefully that will get the archer at the back there. Nope, failed. And move. That'll get him. Now, this floating fat man will actually work as a shield for us if that archer can even hit us. Because it should. His arrows will either hit the incubi trying to get us, or they'll hit that top stoop. Where did you even come from? Too busy talking. They'll hit that top stoop. It looks like he's wandered off, which is good news. Alright, now, nobody panic, but let's not get hit anymore, yeah? Ooh. Right. This is where we budget for losing our life. Really must shut up sometimes. Nah! Okay. What? Yeah. Yeah, but not doing that well, am I? I can do it. I just can't do it as well as I need to sometimes, I don't think. But hey. I can't complain. Can't go, oh, well, because I have to talk and because I have to entertain. Blah. I choose to do this. So, but then the other thing that I've got to say as well is credit to all of you that actually come and watch me. You've helped me hone this skill. And it is a skill. I wasn't able to do this half as well as I thought I'd be able to do it when I first started. No, probably not wrong. And run away. Yeah, just, it's, you know, talking. Most people concentrate on talking. For me, it's something that happens in the background. Oh, dear. Well, as long as you're all entertained, who cares, right? Right, let's see if we can not die. Beanie can confirm that that is a lie. Oh, God. Okay, right, super serious now, guys. Uh-oh. Right, so, just don't miss. Because I stayed at his house when we went to Pico. Or, I've stayed at his house when we went to Pico previous. Oh, no! Ah! Oh. Oh. I took it too lackadaisically. No, you probably should keep these things to ourselves. Probably should keep these things to ourselves, shouldn't we? So there you go. But again, this, like, so we've all crashed out on streams before. No, that's just me. We've all crashed out on runs before, and especially when you've put a lot of effort in, it is absolutely ball shattering, ball breaking, or earth shattering is probably what I should go with. And this, the way that I play this is just not, because it is so throwaway. I don't feel like I've put a lot of work in yet. We are third. So there you go. That was, but again, the thing is, like, it's one of the things that I'll never be able to change. Is I get so relaxed chatting with you like that. I just, yeah. My attention stops shifting from the game. It's not right. Okay, so you remember how I have said previously in games like Beat Saber, you are rewarded, or Pistol Whipped, you are rewarded for getting into that flow state. You are not rewarded for getting into that flow state on IDU, or at least you are, and then things start going to shit. So yeah. Hey, what can I say? What can I... Hey, it did. It did. Well done, Radius. Well done, Radius. It did change. Excellent work. So, that's much easier. Thank you, Mr. Collins. You are now Radius. So, yeah. Thing is, Purist is going amazingly until you're dead. Mortal's going amazingly until you're dead. Fletcher just seems to fall apart very, very quickly because you get a lot of hits one after the other. Plus, at those high cycles, those hits can cause a lot of damage. Now, what time is it? That's a bit earlier than I intended. Shall I go play some Siege? I fancy playing a bit of Siege of Heaven for a little bit. So I'll probably end the stream there and then I'll go and play Siege for half an hour. Shall I go play Siege? Yeah, I'll go play Siege. Yeah, exactly. IDU lessons being learnt right here. Everything's going amazingly until you're dead. News, Kim would say yes, Siege. Even in the main game when I'm out of practice, like at least in the main game you can just about get away with it. As I said, again, I'm not going to be going for... I won't do my restarty thing, and I'll try... Because the other thing you guys have got to remember as well is this isn't where I spend a lot of my time. I should put my eye on scoring and strategies and tactics, but I don't know. There's a lot of things that I still struggle with on this one. Plus, I've got the problem of there's a reason why I don't stream it, and it's because you do get quite a bit of stuttering in the headset on Siege Royale. You get a bit of stuttering on the headset in anything. Did someone say Siege Royale just then? Oh, just Siege. Okay. Does anyone want to see any level played in particularly? I haven't got anything. There's a few that I haven't done yet. I haven't done Siege Royale, and I do think that's the most impressive one. This one, though, is the hardest one to score well on because it requires a ridiculous amount of RNG because there are 10, or is it 9? It's like 9 or 10 spots that the 4 times can actually spawn on. And unless the stars align for you multiple times and you get the right ones, it's not going to happen. Desolation Town's difficult. Nefarious Invasion I would need to train for. Yeah, no, I have looked at that one. It does look good. Lost Passage. You done Lost Passage yet? Might have time for both. I have no tricks for Desolate. I know how to get my score into the negative. I can really help you there. I think I've shown you all the trick on Nefarious Invasion for multiplying the orphan a shit ton. So I don't need to go through that one. I haven't seen any of the big boys give that secret up, but they must be doing something. So hang on, I'd put a poll up, but what have I got? How long have we got? Ruin Bastion is very difficult to get a score on. Lost Passage. Desolation. How do I stop them being shorts? Record them over a minute or record them in a format that is not 1080 by 1920. Let's go with what Sean asked for because he was the birthday boy recently, and then afterwards I'll do Desolation Town. How's that sound? We'll do Lost Passage first because I need to do... Yes, each sigil has its own leaderboard and for each discipline. So, board for crossbow, board for bow. Yeah, you won't even be able to check shorts if the format of the video is incorrect. Yeah, and I've got there. Yeah, cool. God, it's been a while. It's been a hot minute since I played some Siege. See if my eye is in. Now, the big point dump on this level that I know of is there. Basically, groups of enemies coming through there and getting the double gap shot, long range, or it might even be sniper range there, I don't know. I think it's long range double gap shot headshots, and groups of the buggers is what you need. But other than that, see if the eye's in. That's looking good. Note how I am right on this corner, and the reason being is because I'm trying to place myself as close to the action as possible. Why? It shortens the range of my shots, which means that I'm more likely to be accurate. And ultimately what we are after here, I'm not going too fast. I'm trying to get my eye... Get my eye in first. But we are going for... We need to get 3 headshots in a row. That spawns a Cupid. That Cupid then spawns a 4 times. Now, that's not actually... Or, well, I don't know. I'm not a top scorer on this level anymore, so I couldn't say. But I don't think that's as important as it used to be. I don't think 4 times... Or maybe 4 times is more important, and that's why I don't score very well on this. I don't know. Don't know. I think the top score I've had on this is probably like 2.5, maybe 3 million. That's by getting some very good shots down the bottom. The problem I find... There's my smoky. The problem that I find with this level is having enough Tempests to make all of the shots and having the foresight to see when the big shots are coming and be mid-combo and pull it off at the same time. Siege of Heaven is like a different game. It really is. If you're good at the main game, I don't find it transfers across very well to Siege of Heaven. If you are good at Siege of Heaven, it transfers across incredibly well to the main game. Or at least... The fuck's going on? My tracking! Neck shot. Get used to neck shots, ladies and gents. So one of the other things... So that was a gap shot where I fired through something. Like, for instance, that... I went under his armpit. That would have been a long-range shot. But for those of you who are not familiar with this mode, the different kind of, I suppose, trick shots that you do are where the points are in this. And we want to be doing... Why is my arrow going off? I'm going to have to check my position in a second, because that's pretty bad. Yeah. What Kim said. Yeah, that little circle there is what we got from killing an orphan. Right, bear with me, because there's something not right at my room if my arrows... You see, this is like the biggest problem with tracking in this game is pulling my arrow out. That's fine. Yeah, of course it's fine now. See my arrow wandering a little bit, even though I'm holding my hands in the same place? Oh, I'll tell you what. Oh, that might be the problem. I'm wearing headphones these days, and I'm used to bringing my... Probably hear that. I'm hitting my headphones when I bring my arrow back. That's unfortunate. As I said, we come preloaded with all the excuses on this channel. It means I don't have the same anchor point as I would normally do, and it looks like it's affecting the traffic. But anyway, you know, we don't make use of the excuses until I'm getting ridiculously low scores. That's when the excuses start to come into their own. That's when you deploy the excuses. Up until that point, you just play on like it doesn't matter. So. Copious. Again, most of you that are here that have seen... It's fucking horrible, that is. Most of you that are here know what you're doing as far as Siege is concerned. But... multiple headshots. Try and keep the distance close. If you can headshot those guys, that's the key to it. That is when you are getting to the upper echelons of this game. It's getting headshots on the cupids that are spawned. I think we've missed a shot already at this point, haven't we? Oh, no, we haven't. Getting headshots on cupids is the upper echelons of this game. That's when you're able to start scoring highly. And it's not because cupids give you massive amounts of points when you headshot them. They do give you a decent amount of points, but again, being able to headshot them over 4 times is very difficult. That's where there would be, I don't know, probably about 60,000 points per one. Headshotting a cupid gives you an extra arrow, a random chance. So if you, because that is then very much based on RNG, if you can nail them over and over and over again continuously, it doesn't matter how much of a bitch RNG is being to you, you will eventually get arrows that you can use within the level. More arrows, special arrows that you can use within the level, more bingo shots you can take, more bingo shots you can take, more points you can score. And that is the be-all and end-all of it. But as I've probably been said of recently, now I know the lads that are at the top of the leaderboard can play this game very well and score very highly. But I tell you what, if tracking was really good, like if tracking was 1-to-1, and we didn't get the wandering that you sometimes get with the arrows, the scores would be higher. Tell you that much. Tell you that for nothing. Little cheeky... Yeah, got the gap shot there. Lovely. Damn. Ah! Oh, that went through his head! Come on now. The other key... Ugh, look at this. The other key is combos. You'll hear that build up. Hear that build up of music in the background between shots. And that is the combo building up. You don't need to get your combo that high to score really well from the bingo shot. The bingo shots are the Tempest shots that you make that go through a lot of obstacles and objects and score very highly. You don't need your combo that high. In fact, you only need to hit one enemy before you do it to double the score. It is diminishing returns the further your combo goes after that first enemy is hit. But again, obviously, you know, the more, like, Sniper Elite. So those are headshots at a ridiculously long distance. But even that wasn't that good a shot. And look at what this Cupid's doing. I don't think I was looking for the other double gap shot because there's supposed to be that one down there. Oof, that was fortunate. The other, so I said combos are the most important thing. Headshots are the most important thing. 3 times headshots are the most important thing. Combos are the most important thing. Cupids and Cupid headshots, they're the most important thing. 4 times, they're the most important thing. Slow time, that's the most important thing. And we haven't even talked about the most important thing, which is rage. To forgive my terrible aim. I haven't played the bow for ages. Well, not ages. I haven't played the bow for a couple of weeks. I haven't played the bow for a couple of weeks, I don't think. I definitely haven't played Siege for a while. So those are good examples of enemies that we want to try and get in there. Hang on, what was that? Does anyone make Into the Idiots? No, that looks like that sounds like that's your series right there, Mr. Collins. Right, so this is technically a bingo shot, but we can't get a lot of kills before we get it. But it's still worth taking. And what we want to do is we want to try and have the Tempest skim both of these arches, or at least go through both of these arches, and get headshots on those enemies as well. So let's go. Oh, missed. There's one there. See, even that wasn't a lot. That was probably a waste. But look there. Tricky ambush. Oh, it is sniper distance. So there's some more. Yeah. Yeah, it is. To be fair, the Expo to Siege is tough. That I'm struggling with the tracking, and the fact that the earphone's in the way from my normal anchor point. Oh, is it a clip of is it a clip of the live stream? Oh, or is it something from Into the Radius? Two Hand of Gods. See, we're at Tempests already. Not good. Not good. Although, the one thing that I will say is, I think I'm the highest scoring player from live streaming. So there you go. Cool. Is that your first video? In which case, congratulations. Knew I was going to miss that one. Right, need some headshots. Look at that wandering arrow. Fucking horrible. Yeah. Shouldn't be going for those. I'm not at that level yet. It's going to take me a while. It's very annoying is what it is. Hang on, I suppose... Oh, see, thing is... Oh, no, I do need sound. Hang on, let me move my headphones a little bit. That's... Well, that's still... Yeah, there's still something up with my tracking. Normally... Hang on, let me just check. Right, that's on. That's on. What is it then? Not that. Not that. It's definitely not my batteries. Might be that. Give us a minute. Yeah, that'll sort my tracking out. Drinking water. Why didn't I think of that? Right. I will drink some water, though. Well done, Radius. Thanks for looking after me. Yeah, that's something that I haven't even considered. Right, we'll just try using my left ear. See how far we get with that. For sound. I don't need one ear for sound. I just need to know when the combos are going off or not. I don't need anything else. Famous last words, those. Right. Now I can put it where I would normally. Does it improve the accuracy? No. No effect. Oh dear. So I've told you all of the things that are really, really like the most important things in Siege. And the other most important thing is perfects. And that is like that gaggle there is perfect. But we don't have any Tempests. Oh, now we do. Oh, look at this. Playing like a chump. I mean, a champ. That wasn't even worth much. It's not bad. 100k shot there. Doubled if I get the perfect. Which we've already squandered, I think, so that's good. Ooh. Sounds good. Did it go well? Ah. I assume if it's a video involving a grenade launcher, it probably didn't go well. Well, that's added like a decent 100k onto our score, but I'm not going to be scoring very well at this rate. Haven't lost any life though. So that's a thing, I guess. One of the things that I believe I'm going to have to adapt into my game. Shots like that. Try and slow everything on that back line so I've got time to hit things. Yeah, okay, fair enough. Do you stop it? Do you feel like I'm able to start getting more ambitious with my headshots distance-wise in the game when the tracking is good? It's fucking horrible. Fucking horrible, mate. Stop it. That was all me. I mean, tracking. This isn't going to be a very good score, you know. Struggling to get half a mil here. EK for a Tempest. What a waste. But yeah, that should show you what you're supposed to be doing. You are supposed to be being amazing in the level and then bingoing on those. Trying to get the headshot. Well, at least we're being looked after on Tempest. That's really nice. Problem, the other most important thing as well is keeping your score going high so that you can afford to buy arrows as well, because you can't on a lot of levels. Make sure that you're getting all the arrows that you need. You have to rely on the shop on some levels because getting Cupid headshots is very difficult. Before I start playing Siege properly as well, and I know the likes of Arby, I mean, you know, they're a little bit more long in the tooth as far as Siege is concerned than I am. No, we don't need to make that shot yet. It's been a while since I played Siege. You want to make sure that everything is quite close. The only real long-range shots you want to be taking are ones with Tempests, because they're very difficult to miss, which then plays into the whole going for perfects thing, which is where you don't drop a single shot. Excuse me, during an entire game. Stop it. Do you stop moving? God, that's really annoying. Yeah. What are you trying to get me killed, Kim? Quick shot. Oh. I just saw the guys at the back there as well. Hand shot. Played for and got. Yes. No. Oh. Oh. Oh, find the knob. Hey, there we go. It's a bit better. Right, we're about £500,000. So the other thing with this is your fate can change as far as your fate. Your score can change quite dramatically depending on how deep you are into the game, into the wave system. There are normally 15 waves, and the objective here is to stop the enemies getting through the gate. When you get to the point of me playing, I might try and rage a shot. I'm not going to try and rage the whole thing. I don't think there's any point. I just missed really badly as opposed to missing badly. I don't know. £500,000 is not bad. I mean, it's not. Oh, for fuck's sake. The one thing that I don't do, that I see the bigger boys doing, is shots like that. Actually employing Hand of God the way that it's intended, and the reason why a lot of the time I don't use it is because I am really good at missing shots where the enemy's in slow motion. Oh, what a... It's a bit of a waste of Tempest. Left. Oh, more than one left. It's left. Rubbish at timing me. Yeah, so it's the Cupids every time for me. I put a hog down. The headshots, the headshots I can get. I know why the lads do it, because it is, you know, you're potentially changing over a Hand of God for a better arrow, i.e. a Tempest. We are being given a lot of decent arrows here. I haven't got the money to afford anymore, but okay, might still be able to get something out of this, because it's only one good shot and one good wave away from a decent score. We need to combine all of the elements that I said were essential earlier. I'm also kind of going into this a little bit blind, because the more you play a level, the more familiar you become with where the enemies are coming from, where the big groups are, etc, etc. There are a lot of enemies coming out. Like, for instance, if I knew that loads of enemies were coming out here, I would try and Hand of God the leader from all the way back here, in hope of getting them. Right, before we take... It's not really a bingo shot, though. It's gonna... Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, missed anyway. Nah. Yeah. Toit. Well, that's still a double gap. Interesting. Oh, the first one was. That's definitely a double gap. There you go, 78 grand from that single shot. I mean, it's not amazing. Ah, fuck. That got him. Right in the toe. Fuck you, Cupid. Like, those are shots that I've always struggled with. On the descending stairs. That's not... again, it's out of my range. Out of my comfort zone. Not Supposed to do that. That's a glitch. It. It's thing is, I suppose for me it's like it's nothing new to me. You can know all the things, but you know, this game is, or Siege of Heaven is like, you know, 20% knowledge, 80% execution. And so as the scores have got higher, it's probably part of the reason why. The one thing that I will say about this mode, I do love it. I love Siege. But the problem is the time that I have to put into a map to get a competitive score is equal to a main run, you know? And then even after I've put that amount of time in, there's still no guarantee that that score will be good enough to like get in the top 10 or what have you. So it's usually why it's one of the last things that I do. But as I have said, it would be very interesting to see how this runs, A, on the Quest 3, and B, I'd love to have the Quest Pro controllers. I know I'm blaming tracking, but I think I can. Because, you know, I can hit shots like that. It's just those little icks that it does to you every now and again. Let's see if that does anything for us. Might slow some things down. Oh, I used another hand of God. That should have been changed a long time ago. That's something that I asked for. There is never a time when you need to fire two of the same special arrow off. Or if there is, it was in Anakin's Advance, and it's quite rare. Should be able to get it done with one. So it should fire off the arrow and then automatically return to vanilla. And I did ask for it, I did. Again. Humble opinion. Yeah, you need to have very good tracking. One of the other things as well that the lads are at the top of the leaderboard, and I think it makes enough of a difference. Yeah, as I said, the thing that you guys can't see that I get in the headset when I'm playing seems to only be Siege. I mean, I get it in the main game as well. Again, I think it's, you know, headset being pushed beyond. It's, or, you know, being pushed up to its limitations and then streaming on top of that as well. And there's like little micro stutters and little bits of jagging and pulling and screen tearing, and it's just off-putting enough. And as those of you who play Siege, you know the level of precision, that we're after here. What? The ones that were coming down the stairs earlier? No, not those ones. No, but you wouldn't have to with those ones. The only time that you would need to take multiple Tempest shots is when you're going for the bingo shot. And the bingo shot should be the rarest thing that you do within this game, is my point. Like, for instance, when you're deploying a Hand of God, you only need one, because you're hitting the area that you want to slow down, and then you are killing enemies. With Tempest, if you are going for, say, something like an orphan or a Cupid, yeah, that's how you get the big scores. Headshotting all of them. with one arrow. That's how you get the huge scores. If you're having to take multiple Tempest shots, then it's not that you're doing it wrong. You just you haven't fired at the right area. The big scores, like, you know, it's the difference between like 100,000 and 200,000 points if you can get the vast majority of those enemies with headshots as opposed to standard shots. Not doing so bad here. The other thing that I don't do as well is I don't layer up the doorway with incursions. And again, maybe that's a failing in me. You know, the top boys do that. So, but I don't know. I like to save them for other things, but then half the time I haven't got anything to save them for. Incursions always get in my way. They always end up blowing enemies up that I could have got if the incursion hadn't have blown up. They also mess with my combos. Yeah, you definitely need to aim high with Tempests. You need them. You need it when you hit with Tempests. Like, I'll try and... Yeah, I've got a pretty good score, actually. Well, let's try and break 1 million. So I won't demonstrate it now, but I'll demonstrate it later. You know how I say... You know how with Gabriel, when you fire Tempests at him to get the headshot, how actually, when he's at a distance especially as well, how kind of... Oh, no, actually, no, when he's closer, how far off you have to aim off. How far you have to aim off you... Oh, you can. You can if you hit it correctly. You won't get headshots on all of them, but you can get headshots on most of them. But again, there's also an RNG element there as well. Sometimes... Oh, for fuck's sake. Yeah, timing is key. Ah, you fucker. Yeah. Now I'm trying to be stupidly ambitious. Oh, that should have been ahead. Ah, look at this. Look at this. See, notice how that was an ambush. I tried to aim slightly higher than where the Cupid's head was in an attempt to catch. Oh! In an attempt to catch the head. Yeah, but then, see, the thing is, then you are running the risk of what the other thing that people have asked for, which is like a cycle select mode to practice on those cycles. And on the one hand, I don't think it's a bad idea. On the other, from a game development point of view, I don't think it's within the remit because they want you playing the game. The more you are playing the game, the more you are engaged with the game. Whereas if you can start where you want to and practice what you want, well then that's potentially hundreds of hours that you don't have to put in the game. And, you know, they want you on the game. These are all things that add up with statistics and various bits and pieces. You know, this is how people get most played game, best VR game, best VR archery game, best fitness game, best, you know, because time becomes calories and blah, blah, blah. Wave 15. I don't think this is a particularly good one for scoring, but I don't even know, so... Don't even know anymore. Need to put my big, juicy chess club brain onto Siege at some point and see if I can work out some things that maybe have been missed during the times of things changing. Because little bits and pieces have changed on Siege from when I played it last. Anakin no longer looks like Marshmallow Man. on Anakim's advance. I don't know if anyone else had that glitch, but I had it so that when he was skinned, he just like came out cream and no wrinkles. He kind of looked like Marshmallow Man. It was fucking awesome. I've got it. I sent a bug report to Super Bright, and because it's me, I spliced in some Ghostbusters footage of Ray going, "It's the Marshmallow Man," and then Anakim trompsing along on Siege. The guys at Super Bright appreciated the humour. I figured it would make the bug reporting process for them a little a little more fun. Oh, fuck me! I was tracking. That was me. Ooh, believe that. It wasn't bad. Oh, headshot. That was good. That was really good. Congratulate myself for that one. Ambush sniper elite. That wasn't ambush. What's that? That's just a gap shot headshot, isn't it? Oh, come on! Nah. 1.13 or something. Bad, I guess. Not a bad start. But then this is the other thing as well, is I suppose part of the problem that I have with Siege as well, the way that I have to play it to show it off competitively, I just don't think is very entertaining, is the problem. How far are we off the... I think Mr. Fisher's done alright for himself there. Yeah, I have to put a lot of time into Siege to get my eye in. And as Mike said, I do find for Siege, I do the vast majority of my Siege in the daytime as well. So maybe there is something about... It's not like the lighting condition changes in my box, though. So, alright, what time are we on? Well, yeah, I know. But what I'm doing, the way that I look at it is, you know, it's just kind of like a tower defense. I suppose there is, you are quite right though, K2, there is a bit of a snobby side of me in that, like, you know, I don't think it's as entertaining as other things that I can do. The other problem that I have with it as well is the way to... I don't think I've ever shown you guys how I would play to score. And it would involve a hell of a lot of restarting. What was the other one we said? Was it Siege Royale that people wanted to see? Or was it Desolation? It was Desolation, wasn't it? I know nothing about Desolation. Definitely my least... Was it Deso you wanted to see? I'll play some Deso next, and then we'll call it a night. Do a little bit more. But yeah, there's that element of, you know, I'd like to think I know what's entertaining. I'm not always right. But the way that I would play this would involve a hell of a lot of restarting. The thing is, when you're playing it at a high level where you're trying to score, there are shots that you miss, there are shots that you take, there is RNG when you don't get the arrows that you need, or the shop's being unkind to you, or you drop one arrow, and you can be like 4, 5, 6 waves in to restart. I don't know. You know, you watch somebody doing a speed run, you watch them to the end. And then the difference with VR games is the reason they changed the back bit there. Or have they just changed the graphic? Well, they fucked around with the boxes. I swear you used to be able to get close to that edge. Because one of the things I remember you used to be able to do is you used to be able to get close to that edge, and then you could go up here. So you could get a little bit more height. You could even make your way onto the back bit. Oh, they've made that box tiny! Maneuver 2. But this is another thing that I was going to say as well, is one of the things that some of the top players, I've never had this, I wish I did, I do think it confers a little bit of an advantage, is the ability to kind of map your play space out to your area that you start in. Because when you fire arrows on the move, they fly pretty straight. Whereas when you fire arrows whilst you are using locomotion, they have this weird bend to them, and they're even bending technically the wrong way. I don't know if anyone's noticed that when they're locomotioning. I know I do all the time. So the difference that the likes of RB, I think Jarek and a few of the others as well have, is that they can actually walk within their play space along the edge. Now, I get from here in my play space, I get to about walking, I get to about there, there, and I can't go any further. In fact, I might not be too far off of it. Let's see. So, but this is one of the things that RB says about, is like walking out, pacing out the thing. But again, I've never played that way. On Anakin, there's been plenty of times where I've dived across my room and fell to the floor to get the Anakin's advanced shot. Because I used to find on that, if you got very low and fired through that gap, you were more likely to get the good stuff. So anyway, right, let's try and see. So scoring wise, there's not massive opportunities for scoring. I know you can get double gap shot headshots on bats over there very occasionally, and I do think there's a random element to it as well. So yeah, jumps you back. Yeah, this is why, so for this one, it's very important in that case to find, like, I've got a carpet. I probably should do it now because they've changed it. You used to be able to go up further than that, so, which is a bit annoying. But we can go to there, and then my carpet runs there. But then this is the other thing as well, is I've always said about having a very small mat that you keep a foot on, and I would rather do that and use the controller. But anyway, let's go. I probably need to start doing that, but to do it properly, you need quite a big play space. So that I am not blessed with. See, one little, but therein lies my problem. One little step from where I would normally be to reach and get my water or my vapor, and all of a sudden it's black screened me, completely put me out of whack, and don't know where I am anymore. Are these my feet even? I don't even know. And then the other thing as well is you can spend all this time getting good at one map, and then you have to change, and it's like you might as well fucking start again, it feels. And then Nefarious Invasion. Phew, let's not talk about Nefarious Invasion. Yeah. Fact, brilliant. The arrows is a very important part as well. Hello, Andy. That's right, we stopped doing the important stuff now. I need to keep my... Well, basically what I need to do is either stop smoking, which ain't gonna fucking happen, or keep it in my pocket. The vape. Keep it in my pants. Right. Because I get carried away very easily. Oh, that was a fucking terrible shot. That was all me. Come on. Yeah, Cupid headshots are very difficult on this one. Keeping the combos going as well, because there seems to be a real Not a fucking chance, Mike. How the hell am I supposed to deal with your shit without nicotine? Yeah, no, no, I don't think he's talking about that, because I can stream a lot longer on well, you see me do my Dark and Darker session. That went on for 6 hours. That felt like 5 fucking minutes. But I have a battery pack in the back of my headset. It's the Bobo one, so I can interchange my batteries. So I always have multiple batteries on charge, multiple batteries full, and the one in my headset as well. So technically now, and this is in part thanks to Power on VR Shuey, because he got me an extra couple of battery packs. I vape. I mean, I do smoke. I shouldn't, but I do. When other people force me by, you know, having cigarettes. So, do a lot of smoking with Beanie. He does smoke. Yes. But yeah, I can swap the batteries out on the fly, which basically means that as long as I've got multiple on charge, I never have to stop. A pipe. Pipe. Oh, yes. The best part about Desolation is the bats. And I saw this when we were playtesting this map, and I saw this for the first time. I had serious reservations about these bats. I was like, they're bad enough headshots, like, when they're in your face. How the hell are we supposed to get them? Like, I struggle. Even when I think I've got them, I struggle to get bat headshots. Good one, Indy. Excellent work. I see you're well up on your Harry Potter lore. Excellent work, sir. Or is it Star Trek? Can't remember. I think there's something about a ring. Your ring, isn't it? Well, I haven't seen any of those juicy headshots. Damn! Foiled again! Yeah, I don't think that one at the back there. Oh, let's test. No, just Sniper Elite. That wasn't far enough to the left, actually. In fact, that's a good point. Yeah, long shot, gap shot. This is a massive waste of resources and arrows. I didn't need to do that. So one of the other things with Siege as well is a lot of the time, a lot of the earlier waves, you are building up your points and building up your cash balance, but mainly building up your arrows. Oh, have we missed? Oh, we fucking have as well. That there, I think, is the bats coming from where the double gap shot headshot part is. Like, even hitting these normally, let alone the heads, is fucking ridiculous. I also asked them to get rid of this when they go, nyeh, and occasionally there were some rocks here that used to be on the map where the enemies used to do this over them, and I said, like, get them the fuck out. It needs to be flat. They did that. Didn't miss. Oh, fucking neck shot. Try, little pieces of advice as we go, try and avoid the 2 times. Try and always get the 3 times. I don't even know if it was that there were rocks there. I think there's a little bit where they walk over and they do this. And it's like, fucking why? Why do they do that? What's the reason? There's nothing there. I can't remember. It was a while ago. Didn't get the headshot. Yeah, well, never mind. I think because the screamers are worth a massive amount of points. So I think... that was terrible. If memory serves, they were... one of the ones to try and bingo shot, but you don't get any sort of like gap shot opportunities with most of them. Don't even think you get any long shot opportunities with most of them. That's terrible. Oh, what is this? Aim! Tracking, that's what. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But yeah, the other problem with Desolation as well is lack of cupids that you can get headshots on, which means you can't get very many special arrows. Lack of actually good scoring opportunities, which again means that you can't buy many arrows. So even if there were loads of bingo shots, you wouldn't be able to take them anyway because you ain't got anything to fucking fire at them. Go on, go on. The less you talk about how bows work, indeed, the better it will be for your health, mate. They're supposed to be fucking used vertically. Designed that way. Although, my accuracy is probably nothing to go by. Oh, fuck. Ah. Need to duck for that one. Wait, wait. And then you've also got to rely on Tempests being in the ×2 and ×3. Yeah, whatever. Whatever. You know what, one of the things that I was hoping was that they'd shown all of this, because this is absolutely fucking gorgeous. And that was going to be a new castle for a new boss or a new enemy or a new area or something along those lines. And, yeah. Never happened. It is a fucking gorgeous looking level, though. So much level of detail and design. Especially the back, all of this watery, misty bit as well. It's fucking great. Absolutely spontaneous? Absolutely spanking level, we'll say. But again, this is probably the one that I have played the least, because as nice as it is to look at, this is the one that I get the most stutters on. Ugh. Yeah, well, I'll tell you, you'll be wrong. The very nature of your petition is wrong. But yeah, I've spent so little... Oh, fuck off! Bastard in track. Piece of shit. So great. Ah, that was my fault. Yeah, like getting... This was one of the big arguments that I had with Super Bright at the time. Is I was like, headshots on bats is nigh on impossible. So then you're forcing people to take body shots. And even they're difficult. And the hitbox is all wonky on those bats, I find. You do not want wonky hitboxes on a game where you have to be, Even I don't know who my handler is these days, mate. I know who it's supposed to be. Yeah. Golden bat. Golden bat's actually an easier shot than I remember. Was the other one that I said as well. I can't remember what I said about screamers. I said that they should take 2 or maybe multiple health if they manage to enter the gate. Oh, fuck off. Multiple health if they manage to enter the gate, but make them a little slower so that people can at least get the headshots on them. Because again, half the time when you get an actual headshot on them, the hitbox is wonky and it ends up hitting the arm. Again, we come preloaded with excuses at all times on this channel. Like, that is such a difficult headshot to get, and it still only gets you 20,000. Even though it uses resources, and it shouldn't be that difficult. But it's because the arms do this, that if the arm is up, when you fire, there's a chance of hitting the arm before the head, and then you don't get the headshot, you get a body shot. And as we know, body shots do not kill in this mode. Oh, fuck off. Definitely need to get my eye in. I am out of practice. They changed the noise as well. The noise for hitting unholy ground used to be smashing glass. And it was the one thing that I praised them for in the little thing that we did after doing the playtesting for this level. I was like, the noise for that is fucking horrible and awesome. All at the same time. Well done on that noise. What did they change? That fucking noise. It's like a proper nasty screechy shattering of glass. And it fucking embodied the fact that you'd made a mistake so badly. Every time I heard it, I used to wince. It was fucking brilliant. Took it out. Ugh. Took it out. You know, you'd think as Super Bright's top advertiser that we would have a really good rapport, excellent relationship, my ideas would be listened to. Can be further from the truth. They still haven't given me a key to do a giveaway on. Disgusting. I have asked. Can't even get him out of Beanie. They won't give them to him. Sorry, we're not in the business of giving keys away for our game. Alright. Whatevs. Hello. Those are very difficult headshots. The problem is the headshot is such a small hitbox, and by aiming ahead you run the risk of missing. Obviously, it's not too bad a shot, but again as well, the ×4s here are fucking rubbish. Not very well placed. But a lot of what they said to me about this map is it's not supposed to be fucking track. See the arrow go. It's not supposed to be as much about scoring. It's supposed to be more about experience and not losing what score you have because of the mechanic. Oh, that was a good shot. And over the 4 times? Shit. Oh, fuck. And headshot. Oh, give up. Give up. No. Oh. Well, that's our survivor at least. That was terrible. Now I've got to be careful. I'm right there with you, Cynthia. But yeah, I don't know. We'll have to check the scores out. I don't know what the scores are like on this one, but I don't think they're more than about 3-4 million, I think. And Harry's going to have a massive advantage on this one because there's low scoring opportunities at the best of times, and he's used to playing it in Rage constantly. Oh, yeah, I'm not that bothered about him getting away, if I'm honest. I never have the presence of mind to use cataclysms, and part of the reason being is because I want headshots. Oh, you fucker. I want headshots, and also those explosions can cause a lot of problems. By all means, because again, as I've said previously, one of the things that me and Arby definitely disagree on, but, you know, he can score a lot better than me at this game, so, you know, probably right. But I do think this game starts off as a survival game until you start playing it like a point-scoring game. Because the thing is, if you are playing it like a point-scoring game to begin with, whilst you don't have all of those achievements, you won't be able to last as long. You won't be able to complete as many waves, and you won't be able to complete as many stages. And a lot of the rewards are about completing waves and stages. And if you're not treating it like a survival game and making sure you just get through it, but with X amount of Y, 7,000. Don't even know how you're supposed to get back headshots. I'm struggling to get any headshots at the moment. Oh, come on. Fuckers. Treat it like a survival game now. But buy some Blood of the Lamb. Fucking hell. Might not even make it at this rate. But yeah, I do feel like they've either added torches. I feel like they've added a torch back there. And I think they've added torches back there as well and changed the buildings a little bit. It looks a little different from the last time I was playing it, which would have been last season. And that's a little bit clearer. I don't know, maybe it's the improvements graphically wise. Quest. Saying fix the fucking tracking. He says. $40k. It's not even that much in the main scheme of things. Come on, that was a headshot. Hurry up, would ye? Like, that was in the wing. They do have a hitbox there sometimes. Fucking Gabriel, innit? Stop it! Those were my fault. Oh, it's painful. Look at that score. Isn't she beautiful? Nope. Missed that. Oh, no. What am I doing? That's the shot that you want to go for. Long shot, tricky ambush. I think you get that once. Oh, got you. I think you get that once in the entirety of wave 13. Might be right in thinking as well that this is one of the furthest, at least Paradise Lost is at a downward angle. I think this one is, it feels, feels like it's one of the furthest ones where you have to maintain decent headshot accuracy at distance. Fucking teeth. Yeah, I'd love to say that I could put a lot of time in now. Oh, the Siege Royale. Siege Royale would be the one. Some smoke. It is a very good map. I was very impressed with that one. It would be my favourite if it was not only awesome, but also a good one for scoring. They should have made it so that there was... I don't care that there's the ability for there to be 10 different 4 times points. But they should have made it so that the 4 times points, there's like 5 of them fixed for each wave. Because it then becomes... like, I don't... you know... You want to be able to get consistent. You want to be able to get good at a map to score well. That's part of the higher level play. Believe it or not, I'm not demonstrating it very well. Siege. 25k for those 2. I did get the gap shot. Ooh, actually, I haven't even got an arrow. Missed. But yeah, there's too much RNG, and it kind of spoils a map when it's down to luck as to whether you can get a really good score. Because you can, the problem with that when it's down to luck, I mean, all of these ones are, there are elements of luck, i.e. the shop and stuff. There's enough luck within it. You're not wrong, actually. This looks much better than Desolation, some of these bits and pieces, some of the assets that they use. But that's all just skybox stuff. That's more like one of the buildings and assets that they use. But yeah, these sort of like openly ruin things with the massive statues are fucking awesome. But Yeah, when you have random elements, additional random elements, and much harder random elements introduced to something that it already has random elements in it, you can do everything right and still get a garbage score, and that's annoying. Very annoying. So, and again, I did say this to them, and it became clear after the... I haven't even got one. Boo. After the first. So there's a big score and opportunity coming up there. Those knights together. There's the bats. So where those... So you can see now, right-hand side, if you can nail some of those bats... Oh, you'd want to use 2 Tempests there. First shot to nail the headshots of the bats through that double gap shot there. And then another one to nail the knights there. Oh. Yeah, I mean... No, but even then, Mike, I mean, I showed people how... I think I was the first person to put a video out. Where's that one going? Fuck me, he's gone. He's spinning as well. Excellent. That's not even the end of it. Fuck me. Yeah, I showed that wave 5 technique off first, I think. And then I found that you could rage that as well to double it, which I didn't show off in the video because I wanted people to obviously attempt that themselves, because it wasn't about getting that, it was about getting a decent score out of it. But then the thing is, that's the one part of it that's guaranteed. There's so many more points. So many more points in that map. I play Siege for a very long time myself, but again, that's, you know, it's like most VR games of that ilk, in that you get better fitness for the VR games that you are trying to get fitness for the VR game of. That makes sense. Like, you know, you get better fitness levels for Pistol Whip by smashing Pistol Whip, and Beat Saber by Beat Saber, and Super Hot by Super Hot, and this by just playing it. Fucking shit. Ugh. 24th. Well, that needs some work. Oh, excuse me. Right. Well, that last bit was definitely like pulling teeth. Good old Desolation. Great looking map. Shit for scoring. Just double check that. Good old map. Shit for scoring. I think that's the worst score that you can, or yeah, I think the lads were getting like 3 to 3.5 million, maybe. So yeah, this one's definitely the lowest scoring map, which, you know, I like a high scoring map. Anakin's Advance is my favourite because the combos that you can get off on that, big numbers, are rewarding. And on that bombshell, we'll end it there. Thank you all very much for watching. This has been In Death Unchained. We were playing Fletcher, but then we died early, so we played some Siege. This has been all on the Quest 2 Native. I have been Silver Tongue Devil. Good night.